Stephanie Bain, I have a books. I'm a book nerd. There's so many books. Hello everyone, Stephanie here. Today's video is going to be a discussion about people who don't read books, yet still talk about unread books they haven't read, and like they say shit about them. I think I got lost somewhere in there, but you get the gist. You don't read a book, yet you talk shit about that book. I think it's ridiculous, quite frankly, that people do that because for whatever reason, which I know there's a multitude, it could be you read a review and someone disliked a love interest or a trope or the world building and whatnot, and they go by that review. Second, it could be that you read another book from that author, didn't like it, and are like, oh, that's going to be a piece of shit too. It could be that you don't like the author as a person, so you don't want to support their work. But at the end of the day, none of those reasons really matter because you have not read the book. You did not sit down. You did not do anything with it. You're going off of what others are saying, or you're going off of your own ignorance, but you still want to let the world know this book is a piece of shit. You shouldn't read it. How does that make sense? How does you not having read a book give you the right to talk crap about a book? I'm not even talking, like, if you DNF'd it, I think that still counts as you read it. I've read An Ember in the Ashes. Do I talk smack about that book? Occasionally. I cannot get over the fact of how many similarities there are between that and Red Rising, but I read 100 and something pages of it. I do plan on finishing it, but it's not something I'm constantly talking about because at the end of the day, I still haven't fully read it. I have issues with it. I do, aside from the similarities between that and Red Rising. I also think her writing is just not very good. It's not very cohesive. For example, a lot of people aren't going to read Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth because they didn't like the Divergent trilogy. And I understand it. I understand there's also a lot of other reasons. But just like someone comparing Twilight and The Host, you can't really do because Twilight and The Host are completely separate. Stephanie Meyer did such a good job with The Host. I personally think, my opinion, you can disagree, but that just goes to show like the growth of an author. You can tell the growth of freaking Victoria Aveyard from Red Queen to King's Cage. I don't know why I had a blow moment in the title. Like, authors grow from book to book. Sometimes every book's gonna be shitty, but sometimes you read the first one and you're like, oh, not so good. You read the second, it's like, wow, they're getting better. And I think Victoria Aveyard's a great example of that. Her writing gets better with each one, but you have to give those authors a chance. Like, John Green is another great example. I have read John Green books. I read Tiffios. I loved Tiffios. I read A Looking for Alaska Next. Didn't really care for it. Paper Towns, liked it less than A Looking for Alaska. Will I ever read another book of his? Yes. Am I probably going to like it? I don't know. But I would be more hesitant. But I wouldn't talk crap about his other books, even if I never read them. I tried An Abundance of Catherines. I could only get like 20 pages in. I unhauled it. I'm not going to read it. But I can't talk crap about it. I literally read nothing of it. AKA, I didn't read it at all. So my thing is, do you guys not read books and still judge them? Do you rate them on Goodreads like if you did read them and talk smack about it? Or have you seen people personally do it? Because I have seen it. It's definitely not something you see all the time. Usually I see people complaining about a book because, like, it's something that everyone loves. Like, I'm not saying I've seen issues about ACOTAR, but for example, let's say it was a book as popular as A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I'll see people complaining about it, but they haven't read it. I don't remember what popular book it was, dang. But they were completely, like, trashing it, and then, like, someone was like, have you even read it, and all this other stuff, and they're like, no. But I feel like sometimes people just like to be against a book because everyone else likes it, so they purposely want to not be with the in crowd. They want to be unique and on their own, but really they just look like assholes because you're forcing yourself to be an individual by not reading that book and choosing to talk shit about it. You get what I mean? Like, if you read it and you disliked it, that's fine. If you like trashing books, that's fine. But don't trash a book you have not read. Even if you dislike that author, do not trash it. Lauren Oliver, I do not like Delirium. I read it. I really hated it. It's one of my most disliked books I've ever read. But I'm still going to try Replica. Did I start it and not really care for it? Kind of. Am I going to try to finish it? Maybe. we'll see what happens. I don't care for her writing style, but that means it doesn't mean I'll never not read her books. But I won't talk shit about him even if I never read her books. You guys get what I'm saying? I don't know. But 2 questions for you. Do you not read books and judge them? Have you seen people do that? Actually, 3 questions. And how do you feel about people not reading books and judging them? I'm just really curious because I do see this a lot of the time. It's not really like, oh my God, it like makes my blood boil, but it is kind of like a pet peeve because it's like, why are you doing that? You haven't read the book. You don't know. Like, you don't know. Even if you read someone's review that they wrote it really nicely, but they were trashing a book and you agreed with the points they made, guess what? Some people, like I said, are stupid and picky. No, I'm just kidding. But some people just notice things more than others. You might read something and you guys could be best friends with the same taste in books, yet you can't go off of your best friend's opinion of a book. Because she loved it doesn't mean you will. And because she hated it doesn't mean you will. So comment down below. I'm really curious. This was just a short little topic. I hope I was somewhat on point. If not, I'm sure I can edit it a little bit better. But I hope you guys enjoyed this and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.